Guys, it is Greg here. Haven't made a video in a while. This is like a channel update. 3 things going on with my channel that I want to tell you about. If you care, hit 8,000 subscribers. I'll explain why that happened. Got a new podcast studio office room back here I've been working on for several weeks. And I may have a new podcast to tell you about, as if anyone would care. But let's get into it. So, a few weeks ago, my Vinyl Rundown channel hit 8,000 subscribers, which is great. I appreciate all of your subbing me, but wasn't really sure why that was happening. And I noticed the one video I did a couple of years ago, all of a sudden the algorithm is just hitting on this one video. It's a concert of Charles Mingus and Eric Dolphy, and it's one of those European broadcasts. I think it was in Belgium, and it just sat there for years, and then all of a sudden the algorithm is picking up on it, and it was like at 70,000 views last time I checked. I think I'm up to 8,200 or 8,300 in the last week or so, so 200, 300, 400 people, mostly because of that video. That's a video that I basically borrowed from somebody else, and didn't get a copyright hit on it. Let me explain my logic behind this, see if this makes sense to you. If you're a YouTuber, you might be interested in this, otherwise you probably don't care. I was monetized, for a year or so, never made more than a couple bucks a month. And I realized that if you upload something where the copyright owner is going to get mad, they're going to give you what's called a copyright hit. Or strike, I'm sorry. 3 strikes, your channel can be removed. But I looked at other channels saying, well, this guy obviously doesn't own this video. The guy who uploaded the Mingus concert didn't own the video. It was just some guy. He wasn't the Belgian Minister of Culture or anything. So I'm like, well, if he can get away with it and the copyright owner isn't attacking him, then it's fair game. I still think that's true. I took that video, I decolorized it because somebody colorized it, which I thought was kind of lame. Decolorized it, cut out some of the bad parts, and uploaded it. It's doing really well. And, Charles Mingus, Eric Dolphy, you guys are wonderful. I hope you guys appreciate their music. So, anyway, the channel, like I say, passed 8,000, and I haven't been making a lot of content lately. Actually, I've been more active on Instagram. Instagram is 40 people away from 10,000 followers. Instagram, you just hit the remix button and you remix somebody else's content. Well, Greg, that's not original. No, but it's me curating content for you. Stuff that I just think is hilarious that I hit the remix button on. Maybe change the caption. And I got one video that had 5 million views, which is Nina Simone. So thank you to Nina for getting me 5 million views and lots of subscribers on my Instagram channel, account, whatever you call it. Also called Vinyl Rundown. And so anyway, number 1 on the list I want to tell you about is hitting 8,000 subscribers, and my intention to, now that I've got this little studio thing set up, do a lot more content, okay? One of the challenges of doing content is finding a place to do it, setting up the camera, setting up the lighting, getting it all together. Well, how hard can that be, Greg? Well, when you live in a house with 2 other people and you don't own the living room or the dining room, and you gotta share with people, and sometimes people are in there making noise or vacuuming or doing the dishes or whatever. So now that I got my own little room back here, I'll be able to concentrate on making content without having to futz around with lights. That brings us to number 2. The new Vinyl Rundown World Headquarters is a back bedroom here. Let's go a little wider. Whoa. And I'm still setting up records back here. Now, I just took the focus out probably. I'm going to put stuff on the wall. I've got the lighting. I've got some really cool vintage speakers down there, which I'm not sure I can show you without screwing up the whole focus thing. I've got some of my vintage audio equipment pulled out of the garage, a Rotel receiver, and I have 3 different in the garage turntables that I'm trying to figure out which one's going to work. This is a, a Technics SLD202. Not the top of the line. Not exactly the bottom of the line either. I've got 2 other turntables I'll be showing you. Probably do separate videos on those. The point is, what's the point, Greg? Yeah, there's a point. I was doing a lot of work from home. So was my son, working on the dining room table out there. Again, a noisy room with a lot of people. My wife said, "Get this stuff off the table." I said, "Well, where am I going to go?" "The back room. Let's turn that into your office." So I got a table, I got monitors, I got stereo, I got a nice stereo system for the computer as opposed to the receiver, and I've got lighting, and I've got privacy because I'm way at the end of the house from everybody else. They can't hear me, I can't hear them. They don't know what I'm doing in here. So let's see if I can. So I got these IKEA lights, which are supposed to give it that backgroundy, podcasty look, but you can't even see them. Oh, I've got this other turntable light here. Let me show you the turntable light. This thing here, woo, on a gooseneck. That was given to me by Mr. Poetry on Plastic, the YouTube vinyl community's greatest authority on classical music. And I won that in a contest, and he delivered that to me in person. And once I get these records in, I'll figure out where to put that light. But my plan going forward is to be able to do a lot more content from this room, both streaming, both interviews, and videos like this. And guess what? I have a new t-shirt to show you. What is that? This is my gig shirt. This is a present for my son, Father's Day gift. What is this thing? Oh, can you see that? Musicians Club, which I never heard of, but apparently I'm just giving them a little plug, a little shout out. Musicians Club it's not really a club in the walk into a nightclub sense. It's more like a collective. I don't know what it is, but they sponsor a lot of shows for independent up-and-coming musicians in San Diego. And my son lives down there, and he's involved in some of them sometimes. So you might see one of my very few hipster t-shirts once in a while. Okay, that's number 2, the new office headquarters and studio, whatever you want to call it. I run my main business in here, my life insurance business, always fun and exciting. And I do a lot of Zoom calls, so I want a room that just does everything for me. And by the way, I don't mind showing this stuff on my professional work client stuff. And I do a lot of these networking meetings where there's like 20 or 40 people on a big Zoom call and everybody's in a little window. And the records behind me is always the greatest conversation starter because everybody else has a boring office. You know, oh, I got a plaque, I got a picture of me playing golf, picture of my kids, you know, big deal. And literally every meeting, there's like 3 or 4. "Greg, are those real vinyl records? Oh, that's so cool." This is it for home and office work and play and vinyl and music. Okay. Oh, one side note. One thing I've been futzing with all week is trying to get an FM antenna to work for this Rotel receiver. I got that at the Goodwill for like $15. And I've learned so much about FM antenna. And I've got one way over there. And I'll probably do a whole video on it because there's now this whole science to where do you put the antenna. The longer the antenna, I won't get into it. The length of the antenna matters, the positioning of it, where it's aimed at, what material it's made out of. It's a whole rabbit hole. And because I just want to be able to flip on the receiver and have the nice soft classical music while I do my important insurance work in here. Number 3 on the list of 3 things to update you about. I told you about 8,000 subscribers. I told you about this room. Now I'm letting you in on a secret that I have another YouTube channel, and I want to use that for more podcasty interview stuff that's not music related. Could be current events, politics, news related items, local stuff. Basically people that aren't big enough to be on the Rogans of the world or any of those giant channels. There's a lot of people who need to start small and would be happy to be on a small channel. So that's 6,000 people subbed already. It's got 4 or 5 million views already. I'm not telling you the name yet because I need to think of a new name. I was using it just to upload miscellaneous junk. But if I want to branch out, I should say, and become a podcasty guy. Look, every person over 50 needs a podcast, right? And some of us need 2 or 3 or 4. Why is that? I don't know. I think I have something to say. I may not. But what's the title of this podcast? This is delaying me in asking people to come be interviewed. It's like, what do I call this thing? Like, oh, it's got to be something with your name. Greg, the Greg Gazette, Greg's Garbage Pail. Actually, my lovely daughter-in-law said, well, gregarious. That's a good word about talking. Your name is Greg. Gregarious. The Gregarious Show. I don't know where to put that word in a podcast name. It's gregarious time. I don't know. Gregarious means like somebody who's friendly and talks a lot. I'm neither, but my name is Greg. Or Kaufman, the last name, the Kaufman Confidential. I don't know. You guys, did the names even matter? Could it just be the Greg Kaufman Show? The Greg Kaufman Experience? The Greg Talks, like TED Talks. Somebody said I could get sued if I become Greg Talks, which sounds silly to me. But I don't know what to call this thing. And as soon as I figure out what to call it, I will launch it. I will do the graphics and the branding and start inviting people. I have a long list of people I would love to invite. And it's going to be Zoom style. I'm not sticking somebody else in a chair here, in a big comfy sofa. And we're like, yeah, so what do you think of, it's not that. Although that microphone will be used, I think. But what do I call this new podcast show, interview channel platform on YouTube? If you got any ideas, let me know. And I'm going to try to get back to making a lot of content. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate if you comment, if you think the video's not this video's terrible, but some of my other terrible videos, maybe they're not as terrible as I think. And I'm getting a lot more traction on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Vinyl Rundown. And if you want to be on one of my channels or shows and you want to do an interview or just send me a link to your demo, there's a few people who've sent me demos I haven't even got around to reviewing or listening to yet. Building this office has taken a lot of time. We had to strip this room down to the bare, take everything out, shampoo the carpet, paint the walls, get some furniture, get some shelves. These are brand new IKEA shelves. There's like 300 or 400 records that have been on the floor that I'm trying to put up here in shelves. So this is a massive project for a guy with ADD who can't seem to complete anything on time and under budget. So anyway, that's the channel update. The channel is Vinyl Rundown, whether I'm on Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. Ask for it by name. Thanks for watching. And thanks for your patience. All right, guys. Where's the button? Here it is.